Hey, aloha everyone. Michelle Melendez with blossominnerwellness.com and standtogetherhawaii.com. And also this is on the Voice of Kona Radio 100.5 FM on the islands. I'm here with Victoria, who's also on the islands as well of Hawaii. And she has been studying common law for a really long time. She just gave me some really great information about what we can do about this bill that is moving forward. So for those of you who don't know, SB 3381, SB 3381 is a bill that is, in fact, let me just show you. I'm going to do a screen share and show you guys this bill really fast. And then Victoria, I'm super excited about what you have to say about this bill. Well, first off, let me show you. Civil Beat did this. Thank you, Michelle, again for sending this to me. Beyond Lahaina, some lawmakers want a new development plan for all of West Maui. This this bill is going to encompass the entire west coast of Maui and then some, all the way up to Haleakala. I mean, it's crazy. This is Lahaina right here that burned, and this bill will utilize all of this map, the entire west coast of Maui, and they want you to believe that this is a Lele community, and the purpose is the wildfires and the devastating Lahaina's heritage and economy. They want you to believe that it's all about rebuilding Lahaina by preserving and reintroducing its value resources. This bill is anything but that. This, I'm going to scroll down. I want to show you where it's who actually is going to be in charge of this. And it starts with the stakeholders, the board community. Let me see. Sorry, guys, it's right here. Community plan. The board shall create and implement as expeditiously as possible a community plan for the rebuilding within the district in coordination with all stakeholders. Now, remember the last time we saw stakeholders? They were, the stakeholders were, from 2011 to 2016, they had created a smart city, a smart community, Jump Smart Maui, with Japanese and Hawaiian stakeholders. Okay, now I don't know if that's exactly who they're talking about, but I don't know who else they would be talking about. But let me just show you a little bit more, and then Victoria, I want you to share what we have, because this bill is right now up for testimony. They have moved it through. So I want to say much mahalo for all of you who contacted the Senator De La Cruz telling him, don't move this forward, but they have moved it forward. The Committee of WHAM will hold a public decision making on February 28th, and that is 2 days away. What's today? The 25th, so it's 3 days away. So Wednesday, on this bill, SB 3381. Let me show you just a little bit more about this bill. I'm going to leave this link in the description. It's really easy to submit testimony, but this bill, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because you can find all of the reasons why I believe this bill should not even be close to passing, is in the description below. But I also want to go to the rules here because there's so many, this board will have powers, makes and execute contracts on all other instruments. Okay, let me just find, oh, here it is. They will acquire, require, or contract to acquire or require by grant or purchase real, personal, or mixed property or any interest therein, and own, hold clear, improve, rehabilitate, sell, assign, exchange, transfer, convey, lease, or otherwise dispose of or encumber the same. And this is also acquire, require by condemnation, real, personal, or mixed property or any interest therein. They talk about itself or partnership with qualified persons. That's not what I wanted to share, but let me see. There is down here, it is rules that relate to health and safety. So again, this bill, in fact, I'll stop share so you guys don't have to look at that, and I'm going to find it and then reassess it. But while I find that, Victoria, thank you so much for joining me. And you are on the islands as well. And I just want to say much mahalo and welcome.
You're welcome. I hope you can hear me. I hope it's
Yes.
not cutting off, but yes, there's a lot of things. I mean, just based on the things you were scrolling in, the problem with that bill that I see is there's a lot of vagaries. And so basically they say, okay, like you just said, the one you weren't really going to show them that, but it said by a qualified person.
Oh,
What
yeah.
exactly does
Oh,
that mean? By a qualified person? Qualified by who? What is, these are
that's
the
true.
things that I think that they, you know, what's happening is they're doing a lot of this rolling over. They're just, we're at a point right now. If you look at the bills that they're pushing through, they are at this point where they rule over the people of Hawaii, and we're just supposed to accept that. And so they'll do things like that. They'll make very vague um, qualification or very vague statements. Oh, by a qualified person, or bad. They'll say something like bad health. Well, who qualifies or certifies somebody has bad health? You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
these are the kind of problems that, if you're looking at the bills that are coming through, that we need to really address, because that means it can be anybody that they choose um, to have their will done. That's who they're going to choose, and that's the person that's going to have, they're going to give authority over you. But the thing, we talked about the last time I was on, we talked about jurisdiction, authority,
Yes.
right? That's what jurisdiction is. This is one of the areas where we have to get really strong in understanding, how do these people have the authority to do what they're doing to us, or to the islands,
Yes.
right? If they have no authority, they have no business doing what they're doing, and they need to be stopped immediately,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
And
so
we
this is,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
because you were just saying we can do this how, but yes,
Right.
I want to come back just a little bit to this bill. You
Uh-huh.
guys, one more time, just to let you guys know how to give testimony with this. Let me just do a quick screen share. And then I want to talk about how we can do this, because I love what you shared with me right before we got on.
Okay.
So amazing. Um, this is page 11. And this is, there's a reason why I did this one. The board shall have, the board shall have power to assess all land users. That's farmers. It's anybody who owns land, except the federal government, for their fair share of the costs required to administer and operate the district, which may include costs associated with staffing. But let me just say, at the very end of this bill, there's millions being allocated to this plan. Millions. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
they're going to assess. What do you think about this, Victoria? Because they're going to assess fees to land users. They don't say homeowners. They don't say the general public. They say specifically land users. Why would they specifically say, why do you think they would specifically say land users? Because later on, they
Mm-hmm.
also say they're going to assess interest and
Mm-hmm.
other fees. They say
Right.
interest and other fees. They don't say what the other fees are. And then they
Mm-hmm.
say if the person land user, if the land user is not able to pay, then they're
Mm-hmm.
not going to get permits. They're going to get
Mm-hmm.
licenses revoked,
Mm-hmm.
and all of this. They're going to basically have their land taken.
Right, right. And that's the whole agenda. They call us land users, right? Not land owners. Because the point is, we're being pushed to a point where they don't want any of us to have ownership of property, right? And therefore they turn us all into a land user. And so these are the kind of things that are very, very dangerous. And we've been, sort of what's the word? I mean, well, a lot of us have been asleep at the wheel, but thank goodness for 2020 and
Yeah.
the whole thing that we went through,
The whole,
because
yeah, adventure.
yeah, that whole adventure that we went through, because it started to make people realize, wait a minute, something is not right. And so, because something is not right now, we have the ability, many of us that are opening our eyes and saying, okay, we have to do something about this. And so before we got on, I was telling you about, a lot of people don't want to use the court system because they're afraid of it. And I totally understand that, because we've not been trained in that area. That's something that has been totally taken out of our education.
Yes.
But there are things that are available for us to get these public officials to, they need to answer us, because
Absolutely.
they don't rule over us. That's the problem, I think, again, because a lot of people think that they rule and we're supposed to just simply follow what, follow what they tell us to do.
Yes,
we're gonna we're
exactly.
gonna we're gonna take your, and then they, of course, they use things that um we hear, but we don't bother looking into it because that's not our domain, so we're not going to look into it.
And
Such
also we don't
as,
have time. It's like
right,
people, yeah.
right, such as eminent domain. We hear it. It's something, and I think that is one of those issues that has come up in the entertainment industry. You might hear that with people in the entertainment industry and their property or their creative abilities and eminent domain, but we never put it in the sense of land ownership. We don't really make the connection, but therefore, how are we going to stop it? That's the question you ask. And so I was looking up.
She's got two
I
really good things, you guys. I
Yeah,
love it. Writ, I can't even pronounce
it's
it.
called the Writ of Mandamus,
Mandamus.
and um, I had it all written out, and I had my notes, and I just can't find my notes. But a writ of mandamus is a way to compel a lower court or a government official to perform certain actions. And then also what can come along with that writ of mandamus is injunction, and it could be a temporary injunction or a permanent injunction. And that's one of the things that we have to petition the courts to do in this situation with this whole thing with the West Maui, because what it does is it stops. If we can put out that petition of mandamus and the petition for the writ of mandamus and get the courts to stop it, to give us time to get what am I trying to say? Give us time to get more information and really to parse. I mean, what we should be doing right now, every person who cares about this issue needs to look at that bill and go through it line by line.
Yeah, I'm going to show a
And
little bit more
mm-hmm,
as well. And because, and also I loved what you said too, because you said that it's going to, this writ of mandamus is also going to force the courts to make whomever it is we
mm-hmm,
petition to
right,
prove to us they have the authority to do what they're
right,
doing.
right,
So they
right.
have the authority to make this committee. They have
Mm-hmm,
the authority to make this committee and make their stakeholders number one in line for the decision making. So
right,
I wanted to
right,
share this. This is financial aid from the federal government, and this is SB 3381. Contracts with the federal government. The board may, this is great, may secure financial aid from federal government for any planning, design, building, construction, maintenance work that the board is authorized to undertake pursuant to this part. And the board may borrow money, accept grants from the federal government, or from any construction project the board is authorized to undertake pursuant to this part. It also talks about how it can take money and gifts from anybody. Gifts and money, and I'm not sure where that's at, but they can do this from anybody, any place, any government, any private party
right.
who wants to give them money or give them gifts. They can take for all of this, for
So
doing
you
this.
see
Here it
you
is,
see the potential. You see the potential for
right here. Money
corruption.
directed, yeah,
Right.
huge. Money directed, allocated, or dispersed to the district from the government agencies or private
Private
individuals or
individuals.
organizations, including grants, gifts, awards, donations, assessments, or landowners for cost to administer and operate the district. I mean, we're talking about they're opening the door for fraud, for bribery.
Yes,
It's
yes.
like, yeah, it's like they're just like, open an invitation. Hey, you guys, you want
Mm-hmm,
something
mm-hmm,
done in Maui? Come
mm-hmm.
give us some money.
Yeah, if you give us so much, and okay, so then therefore, if that's the case, how does it keep this public? If they're going to use the eminent domain, reference, or they're going to use that, say it's for eminent domain, but you're taking gifts from private people, and therefore that means favors, that does not keep it public. That now it turns it into something private. So then the people of that island lose out. Because what
Yeah.
do private, if I have something private and I'm giving money to it, and I get a favor that I can, okay, you've given me this much money, and now you have, we're going to give you a little favor back. Okay, now you have this piece of property, which was supposed to be under eminent domain through the state, and it's supposed to stay public. So then now this private person has it, they gate it off. So now the public doesn't have access, right?
Wow. Yep. 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 And
I
this
mean,
map is again the entire west coast of Maui, all the way to Haleakala. I'm like, I'm laughing because it keeps me from crying and screaming and throwing something, because I'm just, this is, it just makes me so mad. Somebody was like, this boils my blood, and I'm in that boat. But you're
right.
talking, so you're saying, oh, and there's another thing I wanted to share. I just have it queued up right now with this bill. This is again SB 3381 rules. The board has the power to adopt rules pursuant to Chapter 91 relating to health and safety. Everybody, what just happened? What
Mm-hmm.
just happened with health and safety?
Mm-hmm.
Building,
Mm-hmm.
planning, and zoning, land use, which upon financial adoption of the community plan shall supersede all other inconsistent ordinances. That means it's going to take over anything, any other law that isn't on board with what they want to do, because this will
Correct.
supersede anything.
Correct. So who's to say that it's inconsistent? How are they going to determine that that thing is inconsistent with this new thing they want to do? This is the problem with something like this.
It's huge.
This is this is very huge, and the only word that comes to mind is communism,
Yeah.
where it is, they are just taking over, they're rolling over, they don't care about the people have no say. You're supposed to just let them do this because they are who they are, and we're not supposed to question that. But that's not the way, that's not the heritage of this American, um our American government.
Mhm.
And that's why we have we have to start using the power that was left to us. And so that's where we come in and we do these petitions, the writ of mandamus, or even the writ of quo warranto. So quo warranto, it's kind of a hard term to say,
I'm gonna look these.
but what it's called is the by what right authority. That's what basically what it means. And it's a common law writ. And what they do is it's basically asking, by what right do you have to do this? And they have to come on public record and tell us by what right. And so for me, this
Love
is where
this.
this board of commission that they keep talking about, this board of commission, right? By what right do these people have the authority to do that? They were never elected, but they weren't elected by us, were they?
Show you guys. Yeah, correct. I just pulled this up. The right of mandamus is an order from a court to inferior government official ordering the government official to properly fulfill their official duties or correct the abuse of discretion. So they're talking about, they like she was saying, they have to show like what authority, let's stay on track here. You can't go above what your authority, which the governor has done numerous times, because him signing his emergency proclamation purges his oath of office, goes against the
Mm-hmm.
Constitution, because the
Mm-hmm.
legislation cannot give that power to the governor in the first place.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like,
Exactly.
so our job is to do a testimony against this bill. So
Yes.
if you're watching right now, anybody can do this. You just have to sign in. So I will have the link in the description. You click submit testimony, and then it's going to have you sign in. I've already signed in. So I'm going to click, I'll put the 3381 right here. Then I'll click continue. I'm not going to submit mine yet, because I am going to put a pose, and then I'm going to write why for myself. If you don't want to write why, you just can put a pose and then click submit, and you're good. But I'm gonna hold off on submitting that right now. Just want to show you guys that link is in the description. So that's numero uno. If you are
Okay.
watching, it doesn't matter if you don't live on the islands, you can submit a testimony. You just have to log in with your email address and you can say, I oppose this. I want to eventually visit Maui at some point and I don't want to be under communism law. So yeah, don't do this. Then, Victoria, we are going to do this writ of mandamus, and I'm
Right.
probably not saying it right.
Let me read to you a more clearer definition. So
Okay.
a writ of mandamus is a writ ordering a government official, regardless of the branch or level, to give an answer on the public record, explaining by what authority he or she is acting in a particular situation, or requiring such person to act in accordance with his or her lawful authority. So let's stop right there because there's more to it. What is their lawful authority? Didn't they take the oath
Yeah.
to defend the Constitution and the state constitution? That is their
Yeah.
lawful authority. Okay.
Yes.
So going on, thus, if the mayor, this is a example. If the mayor of a town refuses to convene the city council, an aggrieved citizen can move the local court of competent jurisdiction to issue a writ of mandamus requiring the mayor to act in accordance with his or her legal function. Or if the mayor takes it upon himself or herself to act as a judge and jury, directing the local police chief to put people in jail at his or her command, a motion for writ of mandamus will move the court to issue an order directing the mayor to explain by what authority he or she is having people jailed without due process of law.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what
Nice.
the writ of mandamus is. And
So
then,
it
of
sounds
course,
like it keeps them in
uh-huh,
check. It checks them. It's
correct.
like, yeah,
Exactly. And that is the thing that we are having issues with. There's nothing right now that is keeping them in check. And that's why
yes,
I feel that they're moving so quickly and moving so fast to get these bills just rushed through,
yes,
you know?
yeah,
And so that's why, as much as possible, everybody has to, even if you just get on the testimony page and you say, I oppose this bill.
that's all.
It's something
Just
as
that.
simple as that. Don't even go into any
You
explanations.
don't
If
have
you,
to do it.
right,
Yep. You click create an account. So again, I'm going to leave the description in the link in the description. You're going to have to create an account. All you're going to do is put your username and email, and then you'll be able to come here. So what'll happen is you're going to be on this page right here. You click submit testimony. As soon as you click submit testimony, if you do not have an account, it's going to ask you to create an account. So then you create an account and then you'll go here and you'll put in SB 3381. Then you click continue. Then you click oppose. You can add comments if you want, or you can just click all the way down and click submit. Okay. And that's it. That's it. That's it. And anybody around the
mm-hmm,
world can do this. You don't have to be on the islands. Because if you ever love the islands, if you ever want to come to the islands, it's going to pertain to you, whether or not you're under communism or not.
right,
So please do that. And then they're going to ignore us, but we have on record how many testimonies are there. That's what's
right,
important. It's the record. It's keeping that
right.
record showing that the people have spoken and you, because that will count when this goes to court. That will count.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, right. And see,
And
that's the other thing I was telling somebody, is that the fact that we have how many people testifying in opposition, and then yet they push it through, that means they're totally ignoring the voice of the people. But I was telling somebody, what we need to do is take that amount, like take the ratio between how many oppose and how many support, and then bring that figure forward into the population, right?
yeah,
So how much of the population, based on this ratio, would be in opposition, right? So, you know, it maybe only 200 or 1400 of us opposed, but there's a lot of people that are not realizing that this is going on. And
yeah,
if they knew, they probably would oppose. So if we just use those numbers and showed, look, if we put these numbers forward to the population, this is how many people would be on the opposition side.
yep,
That's a lot of people. And so why are you pushing these things through?
yeah.
You know?
Well, you have said before that the government is mainly corporations and they are
Mm-hmm.
contractors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I do want to tell everybody, yes, and I almost forgotten, I have a sponsor for my channel, is aceofcoins.com. If you are having tax issues, if you want to know how to not pay taxes, because we don't have to pay taxes, actually voluntary. I'm gonna do a whole video on that this week. And he also does accounting for more profits for your business, and he also helps you license your biometric data, which big tech is definitely using. And he also helps you have tax-free Bitcoin. So aceofcoins.com, ACEOFCOINS.com. Please check him out. He's my sponsor of my channel, and I really appreciate him because I do this on my own free time. And I also appreciate all the donations that do come in. So thank you guys for that. Victoria, we were also talking about the Writ Quo Warranto.
Right, the Writ of Quo Warranto. So let me go ahead and get that. So that's also another
petition.
That's just another petition that we would make for the Writ of Quo Warranto. And what that is, and I'll read it to you as well.
And when
It's
you're saying petition, you don't mean petition as in people are signing the petition.
no,
You're meaning petition as in you're petitioning the governor to come to court.
Right.
Because of this reason.
Right. You're going through the courts and you're making a petition. You have to petition the court to order the governor to do this particular thing. That's what it is. It's not a petition where you're going out and collecting signatures.
Yes.
But it's one of the many pleadings that you do within the court system. That's how you get that's how you start. That's one way for the people to get heard.
Yes.
And so that's, as we had been talking, I was really thinking throughout the week, okay, what could be done?
I love what could be done. I'm such an action person. Well, let's do it.
Yes. And I think on every one of these bills, I think honestly, in every one of these things that is a blatant violation of, of their duties.
Yep.
And their protection of our Constitution and the state constitution, on every one of these bills.
Yes.
They need to come forward and put it on record by what authority.
You have, by what authority do you have to make rules for health and safety when you're trying to rebuild a burned area?
Exactly.
By what authority do you have to say that you're going to comply with anything necessary to gain federal funding from the federal government?
Or by what authority? Yeah, by what authority do you have the right to take all of West Maui when most of a great part of West Maui was not damaged by the fire?
Yeah.
Right?
By the fire.
Right, correct. So yeah, this is just another writ that orders the government official to give answer on public record explaining what authority they have in a particular situation.
I love it.
So it's the same thing. And I think why not we
don't have anything to lose. And this isn't hard to do, to petition the court for these two things. I wouldn't say. And here's the thing with I've been learning, there's a website, How to Win in Court. If you please check the link, copy and paste. YouTube doesn't let me post live links because they want me to either scan in my biometric face or send them my driver's license, and then they're going to let me do live links. So I'm opting not to do live links. You're going to have to do copy and paste my links, but I'm not doing that. But what I was going to say was something really important, and now it skipped my mind. But anyway, Victoria, these things to do, the court works for us. If the thing is what people don't understand is, yes, they're afraid to go to court because they don't understand that the judge, he's not there to be a scary man. He's actually there to do what we tell him to do.
Right.
We actually move the court to do something. We petition the court to do something. And if we don't know our rights and we don't understand, and this is what I've been learning in this course, how to win in court. Again, the link's in the description. Click on that, and it's a total course made by Dr. Graves, who's a 40-year lawyer who made it really simple to understand the court system. And I've been learning this, going, oh my gosh, I get this. Like I understand motions and petitions and objections, and he just breaks it down. And so, so I'm excited about this, but tell me, what is the procedure for doing a petition of writ of mandamus?
So basically, we just have to get together and we have to come, get all the um get all our sightings, all the statutes that we want to use, and sit down and write the petition, and then we file that in the court, and then it goes from there. So
That wouldn't take very long to do, I
no,
don't think.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think it does.
I'm wondering
You
if
know,
we, yeah, maybe we could, we'll off after the call, we'll see what date we can get together to do this.
right,
Because we both know they're gonna put this through. They're gonna go. It's gonna go to the governor's desk. He's gonna ignore all of us saying don't, all of us saying veto it. He's gonna ignore that. So let's just do what we need to do, and let's do it now before it gets to that point. Because I think
right.
if we do this in court before it gets all the way to his desk and it's already petitioned, that they see what we're doing and they see that they're going to have a real battle to put this through. What do you think
Right,
about that?
right. I think that's great. And again, I just want to add in one last thing is that, especially particularly because this is from Maui, and we're really fighting for Maui, but we are actually really fighting for all of the people of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Because whatever happens on one of the islands can happen on all of the islands.
Yeah, it's coming everywhere.
Right. But the thing is, especially for Maui, there are freedom fighters there.
Yes, there
and if any one of them can stand up and be the lead on any of these things, because anybody from Lahaina, they have the standing to,
I'll ask. I have some friends, and I'm sure I know you do too.
Right.
Freedom fighter friends who are brave enough to do this, and we guys, there's nothing to be afraid of. We're not going to get arrested because we petition the court to ask these government officials what authority do they have to create a board that's going to govern over the entire west coast of Maui. Like, that's not going to put us in jail, you guys. It's just a petition. We can do this. So
Right.
I definitely know some amazing leader friends there, freedom fighters that I think would be on board with this. So, okay.
Yes.
Victoria, anything else you want to share around this? I really appreciate you. This woman's got so much information. I keep wanting to bring her back every week because she's been studying common law for what? I don't even know how many years. It's been a long time.
A lot of years. It's a lot of years. And then, since 2020, getting back into it because of what I see was happening, and really bringing back to my memory everything that I learned. And that's really what pushed me forward, because I had done some things in the past with my education of the common law, but it was a different time then. Everybody was busy making money, and nobody really cared about really, to tell you the honest truth, I didn't find many people that really cared about what the Constitution said or what the government was doing. Right. So I was just doing things on my own because, people needed help. But once 2020 hit and I saw what was happening and knowing everything I knew, I said, okay, we are going to be in the fight of our lives.
Which we are.
And we're now in 2024, and it's getting deeper and deeper. And if we don't get together, if all these people that open their eyes, if we don't get together and start standing up to this, this is not going to be a good thing for future generations.
No. Yes, I totally agree with you. So if you're watching, please click on the link to submit a testimony. You do not have to be from the islands. Anybody around the world, you don't have to be American. You just have to create an account with your username and password and email, and that's it. And then submit a pose. This will get, we need numbers. Also, if you have not joined the email list for standtogetherhawaii.com, please go there. That's in the link in the description. I'm going to send out an email after this call, after I get this uploaded to that email list with step-by-step instructions of how to send a testimony and letting people know what we're doing, and then do a call out to my freedom fighter friends to petition the court for this, for the next step for this right of mandamus. And yes, Victoria, thank you so much for your time. And if there's nothing else you want to share, we'll do a quick prayer.
Okay.
All right. Great Spirit, infinite intelligence of all things. Wow, this is such a game that we all chose to come and play together. And we know that you are really in charge, Great Spirit. You're the one who is initiating our inspiration to take action. And what happens when we take action, what happens when we move forward is the courage that it takes to take one step in the right direction that is not on the norm, not of the norm. It grows our spirit emotionally. And we grow and we get stronger every time we take a step toward what is right, not what is easy. And Great Spirit, we know that we do this with you. You are working through us. And we are so grateful for all of our guides and all of our angels that always protect us, that shield us from anything that would harm us, that we each, all of our light, all the light workers around the world are invisible. We are taking steps of action, one step at a time, lighting up the darkness. And these darkness, these people that have not been for humanity are easily and peaceably being removed from office or voluntarily stepping down. And we are so excited because we get to watch as it's unfolded, as real true freedom comes to the Aina, comes to all of our Ohana, and comes to all the people around the world. We get to watch as this darkness is removed from the earth, and we get to experience true freedom, which most of us don't even really understand what that means. But through you, Great Spirit, as you guide every single one of our steps, as you guide our pens, as we do the testimonies, as we do the petitions to the court, and the clerk says yes and gets it in the court system, and the judge says yes, and he petitions the governor and the mayor and all of these county and city council members. We get to watch the magic through you, Great Spirit, as all of this comes down, and the people and the humanity of love, because we love each other. We love each other so much. And we just know that that is so much stronger than fear.
Yes.
And it's so much stronger than anger. And Great Spirit, we just leave it to you, that you guide us every step of the way. And I give so much gratitude to Victoria and to all the people who I don't even know how they show up in my inbox or on my cell phone, and they say, yes, I'll do a video with you. And I'm just so grateful to her and her time. I just send her so much abundance and so much love and so much appreciation, Great Spirit. And I just thank everybody for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And so it is.
Thank you.
So much mahalo, sister. I mean, I don't know what we would do without people like you. And I just know that you're here on the planet for a reason, and it's helping change the world and making it a better place, especially here on the islands. So mahalo.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate the fact that you are out there and you're speaking up, to let people be aware, because that's how it starts. It's just one person that has the tenacity to get out there, open their mouth, and share the word with as many people. And then soon enough, all the people that have the like mind, the like spirit, will come together and say, okay, let's do this.
Yep. And we are doing it. All right, everyone, much aloha.
Mahalo for joining us.